did again, actually. You know, they haven't been putting things in check and putting things in place. You know, if you fixed all the men, you know, you would naturally fix all the women in society. Do you know that? Because, like, if you fixed all the women, you couldn't fix all of the men. It would have some sort of a good effect, but women reflect the structure of the masculine, or the feminine reflects the structure of the masculine. But if you fixed all of the men, you'd naturally fix all of the women. Natalie said define fix. I'm talking about, well, if we consider that we want to be in our healthiest versions of ourselves. So if men were to embrace healthy masculine energy, I'm telling you, it would naturally make women healthy feminine energy. For sure, without a doubt. And that's the beauty of the feminine energy. It's a energy that's able to mold and adapt, right? So probably every woman here, actually, if you got with a man who is toxic, you would begin to reflect him. But amazingly, if you got with a man who was healthy, you'd reflect him too. A girl could be healthy, she gets with a toxic guy, and if she reflects him, she'll be toxic. Even she could have been doing the work, she could have been in her healthy, you know, self-care routine, all of the, whatever it is. She gets with the wrong type of guy, he can ruin all of that. But a strong, confident, masculine, healthy leader, he cannot be changed if he's just doing what I'm saying, which is being structured, and he's disciplined to that. She cannot change him, but that's good because she'll mold and reflect his healthy energy. Natalie said, I agree that masculines are supposed to create a safe space for the feminine. Yeah, so I made a video sometime back, right? It was basically saying that, what was it saying? It's like one of my most viewed videos, actually, but I was saying that a lot of guys complain about women, right? But you have to realize that women are the reflections of the conditions that men set. And interestingly, this is an empowering statement. It's actually very empowering if you think about it. Because I'm saying you actually have the control. You don't have to complain. You can be the solution. But of course, people take it in the wrong way. And surprisingly, a lot of, well, not a lot, but there are many guys who didn't like that video because they think I'm saying I'm just okay in bad behavior or toxic behavior from women, which is not the case. I'm just saying you have the power to set, as Lily said, you can set the foundation. He said, don't matter how pretty the structure is, if it has a shitty foundation. Facts. You know, and in that video I was saying the masculine is structure, and the woman molds and reflects that structure. So I'm not discounting the toxic behaviors that we see in a lot of women. I'm not discounting that, but I'm just saying that really men have the power to fix it. But a lot of it is in the system too, so I will say that. But the system, again, is run by the masculine, so. I just see when you said Adam was weak in the knees. So I'm telling you, Adam was seeing that beautiful feminine body of Eve. He's like, damn, this is crazy. This is crazy. He's like, God, you made that for me? I get to enjoy this? He got drunk off it. He got drunk off it. That's why I also believe in men practicing some form of just something that can help him control his lust. As Adiola said, lust threw him off. Lust is one of the biggest weaknesses of the common man. It's so simple, but it's so strong, right? You gotta get your DICK in order. Do not be making decisions with your downstairs. Be making decisions from your upstairs. You said they are removing the power and giving the power to women. That's definitely facts, and a lot of women are gonna take it, feeling that it's empowering them, but it's gonna definitely make them it already is making them extremely unhappy. They just don't see it yet. They see it later down the line. But if you, and the system knows what I'm saying is true. That's why they want to attack the family foundation and weaken men, because they know that if a man is strong, if a man is confident, if he's healthy, if he is the head of his household and so on, then that sets a healthy foundation for the entire family. They don't want that. Thanks, Miss V, for pinning my YouTube channel. V, you said, not Miss V, but someone else called V. Is it Victor? You said she left me on red for 4 days now. What do I do? The real answer to this is almost like, why do you care? She left you on red for 4 days. A woman at the highest level of desire, she won't leave you on red at all. And do you want to engage? And this goes for anyone in the chat, really. But do you want to engage with someone who doesn't see you as you want to be seen? I care because I love her, man. Everything that you do, the situations you are in, are an affirmation of who you are. It's an affirmation of your mind. It's an affirmation of your own self-perception. If someone doesn't respect you, as Miss XO said, does she love you back? That's what I'm saying. Are you not valuing the what you're getting in return? Reciprocation. Someone said she doesn't rate you, my guy. See yourself as so high. See yourself as so big. See yourself as so capable. See yourself as so abundant, so that you're not sitting at home wondering, oh, I wonder when she'll text me back. It's funny because you actually have, if you have that attitude, she's more likely to not text you back. As 8-3 said, there's a man she rates and admires, which she would never do that to. That is a very good point, right? Just because you don't occupy that spot in her mind doesn't mean that spot in her mind leaves. So that vacancy for that type of guy will always be there. You want to be that guy, or what I would teach you, because I don't know about anyone else, but when I speak to a guy, I'm encouraging him to be the dominant gentleman, the masculine leader, the healthy man who gets the highest level of treatment, as I would encourage women to get to the highest level of treatment, right? That's what I think. I think at the top level. And if you're thinking at the top level, if someone's not texting you back, it's time to move on. Is there 8 billion people on the planet? Also by her silent response, you can make it worse by chasing her and she'll find you repulsive. That's very true, because it's low value behavior. A woman wants to look up to a guy. You know that. She wants to look up to her man. She wants to look at him as inspirational. She wants to look at her man and go, this man is amazing. I get to be with him. Wow, the way this guy moves through life, the way he walks, the way he talks, the way he articulates, the way he's intelligent, the way he always learns. She wants to be inspired by her man. This is her looking and seeking a man of high value. Nature actually wants it this way, because a man of high value promotes and encourages and guarantees a higher level of survival. She's hypergamous, as you just put, right? So that behavior of chasing and being all sad, it's not going to inspire her. It's not going to inspire her. But I love it. I love that. Some people don't like the hypergamous nature of a woman. I love it. Do you know why? Because it is the reason why you're going to work harder. Jay, you're so funny. You said, bro, I can't listen to you when you're a clone of John Jones. Adiola said, don't be no placeholder in anybody's life. Facts. Villain arc about to start. We love that. But you know what happens after this, right? Is when men realize that being too soppy, overly nice, and that type of nice guy doesn't work, what happens is that the villain arc does start. But the problem with the villain arc is that it's done out of frustration. It's actually done out of fear too. It's done out of it's like it's not coming from a healthy place. It's coming from a place of wounds, right? So you see a lot of content nowadays where men are saying things that are true. They're saying things about women that are true in terms of feminine nature, how to get a woman to be attracted to you, or let's say the fact that women do go for bad boys. That's true, right? But it's not what they think it is. It's not her, the girl being treated bad. That's not actually the thing. That's not actually the thing that gets the girl, even if they do go for the bad boys at some point. It's because that guy's just more manly than the alternative, or is at least able to make her feel that way. And I'm telling you, the most empowered, right? The most empowered perspective you could have is not really to have the villain arc. It's actually to perhaps have the hero arc, where you are going to be inspired to empower yourself, but it's not going to be coming from a place of wounds. It's not really going to be coming from oh, but she actually hurt me. If you want to use that to motivate yourself, it's better than no motivation, to be fair. But after you finish with your toxic phase, right, I'll be here to teach you how to be the best, most healthiest version. Because the toxic boy, a lot of the time, you guys see, is coming from a hurt place. I'm telling you, even though he has a level of aggression to him, I don't give a F attitude to him, I guarantee you deep down there's wounds, and he does care. He does care. V said this is low-key funny, to be honest. That's good. I hope you're trolling then. But yeah, I say, look, you don't need to be the toxic boy to get a girl, and you don't need to be the guy that treats her mean to keep her keen. You don't actually have to do that. And most of these guys deep down don't want to do that anyway. They're just doing it because that's the best way that they know how. But the dominant gentleman, he's able to dominate her mind in a way where she loves it. She actually loves it. She wants to say, she wants to submit. She's like, hey, take this control. Take it. I want you to have it because I trust you with it. And I know it feels very fulfilling for you. You're a man that I trust with that level of power. Lily said, and remember, what goes around comes back around. It all goes down to putting out a certain frequency, which will always be reflected back to you. Miss Exo said, that's an unhealed man who can't regulate his emotions. You got a point. Can you elaborate on what a dominant gentleman looks like? The dominant gentleman is able to operate in his masculine energy, but he's still coming from a balanced place inside, a healthy place, healthy perspectives. He's let go of fear. He's able to be his most authentic self. And a lot of these toxic boys, what you realize is that a lot of the motivation for what they do is still because they're trying to avoid failing with women, and it's coming from that hurt place, as I said. But interestingly, she's setting the tone. She's still setting the tone of what you should be like. But the dominant gentleman, he's the masculine leader. He's able to lead with authenticity. He's able to dominate, but because he's doing it in a healthy way, she wants to engage with it. She feels safe. She feels secure. He understands the importance of being a man, but he can still be gentle too. He's able to make her feel comfortable. He's able to you know, like how they say the bad boy or whatever is able to treat her mean to keep her keen. The dominant gentleman can treat her nice, and he can treat her kind, and he still has her mind. You said, thank you, Pastor. That was very motivating. I love that. Hold on. The dominant gentleman is still structure, right? Actually, a lot of the toxic boy, he lacks structure. He actually lacks structure because he's as chaotic as his woman. Actually, he follows the chaos that she brings, and that can be stimulating for a girl, you know. But I can tell you this: when she's chaotic and she brings it to you, and you indulge in chaos, let's say indulging in arguments with her, she doesn't have what I would say is the highest level of respect for you. Your woman shouting at you and disrespecting you is showing that she don't respect you. But again, she might just be reflecting conditions that you're allowing. You might allow the seed and the context of disrespect to be there. And again, on one level, it might be very stimulating to her because it's so adventurous. That is very true. But you see, it's not the toxicity itself, it's the adventure. See, the dominant gentleman, he can bring adventure, but from a healthy, safe place. So you have this aspect of the body stimulation and mental stimulation, but the mental side of it is very conscious. So she almost has to agree to it, right? A lot of it's like there's conscious and the unconscious. A woman might be, let's say, unconsciously extremely submissive. A lot of women actually are like that. They're energetically very submissive. That's most women. But consciously, she might not agree with your leadership. So she'll be consciously resistant. The dominant gentleman is able to, of course, dominate and lead energetically, but he's able to communicate in a way that makes her consciously want to agree and consciously want to submit to. Miss XO said the real alpha, the strong silent type. Tiffany said people mistake toxicity and intimidation for leadership. Yeah, that's the broken expression of that state of strength. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like combining the capability for leadership, but with an unhealed mindset or unhealed wounds to the spirit. Tasha, you said Tasha the Smasher. I like that name. You said, I think this generation has glamorized toxicity. For sure. That is definitely the case. This generation loves it, loves toxicity. Mary said, I agree, Reemus. I have to go. Peace, love, and good energy to everyone. Right back to you. Right back to you, Mary. I hope you have a good day. Courtney, you said, I could listen to you talk all day. You be stimulating my mental. That's what I'm saying. That's the goal. You know, not just this is kind of what I'm saying, where it's like not just the physical aspects of things, not even just the energetic aspects of things, but also the mental aspects of things too. Things must be consciously nice to hear, you know. A lot of the information that's out, as I said, both from men and women, is actually just hurtful to the opposite sex. It's just hurtful. So what happens is you might even be right about something, but the nature of which you're communicating it in, it just gets a lot of resistance from the other side because they can just feel it's just negative. Do you get what I'm saying? And the dominant gentleman, he's coming from such a balanced place, and she can feel that. So the information, the truth, or the things that he says doesn't rub her the wrong way. She loves it. Miss XO, you said mental stimulation is key. Us women fall for what? For what they... Hold on. Men... Oh, mental stimulation is key. Us women fall for what they hear, and men fall for what they see. Tiffany, you said, Reemus, are you a Libra? You seem to value balance. You're actually right. You're actually right. I am a Libra. That's what I'm saying. That's the thing that makes me believe star signs must be true. I never even told you, right? But you just knew I was a Libra. What are you, Tiffany? Miss V said, okay, let's embrace, let's brace ourselves. Here we go. Look, I'm Miss V. I know you're probably gonna say something about the fact that I mentioned I'm Libra, right? But she just knew. Tiffany knew. I didn't even tell her. She knew, right? So what they say about Libra is true. Balanced. You know, if you want positivity in your life, I say just get a Libra. I see some people in the chat the other day tried to say Libras like to lie. I don't know where you guys got that from. 8-3 said that's why it's important for, what did you say? For grandfather to vet the man. He could be selling you a dream. That's fact. You gotta look out for people selling you dreams. That's facts. That's actually true, to be fair. Heartless, what's up? I'm good. How are you? Hold on. Miss XO said us Libras are the whole package. Oh, Tiffany said I'm also a Libra. That's how I figured it out. That's what I'm saying. I swear, us Libras, we get each other. We actually get each other. We can just tell. We have a connection. And Jazzy is one too, 14th of October. Adiola said, not this again. Adiola, don't be hating. AB Fresh, he said, is it possible to become more masculine? I grew up around a lot of feminine energy. Absolutely. It's absolutely possible to become and be in your masculine energy. Just like with a woman, if she's in her masculine energy, she can adopt and grow into her feminine energy. She just has to go on a femininity journey. You have to go on a journey of embracing your masculinity. It's not going to be short. It's not going to be overnight. It's going to, it's going to take some time, let's just say that. But it will be a very rewarding experience. If you want help, if you go to the link in my bio, right, I have a free ebook. It's called The Principles of Manhood. That's a good book to read. But also go to my YouTube as well. One of the latest videos I just put up on my YouTube is signs that you are being in your masculine. Also, another good video is, I think it's called 3 Things to Know If You Want to Project Masculine Energy. Heartless said, are you from UK? British accent. Yeah, I am. I saw someone, was it you, Jazzy? You said, I think I just missed it. Did you say, oh, come on your show, Love the Beat Radio? Okay, yeah, come on my show, radio show, please, and talk about this, for sure. If you want to message me on Instagram, Reemus B, it's the same as this. Thanks for pinning the comment, by the way, guys. Brazy said, Wagon, bruv. My boy Cedric said he'd mop the floor with you. That's funny. Haywood, you said Hackney accent. Hackney's not too far, but I'm not from East London. Jazzy, you said, yes, come on my radio show. It's Tuesday morning. I will message you via Instagram now. All right. I'm looking forward to it. Heartless, what's your name? Natasha, what's up? But you said, I'm from Poland. I hear in UK many Polish people. Actually, yeah. At least in London, there is a good amount of Polish people. Curves 2C, what's up? How are you? What's your name, Curves? Or do you want me to call you Curves? I'm probably gonna go in 5 minutes. I still need to have dinner, I just realized. Katharina. I like that name. Nice to meet you, Katharina. Do I say it Katharina or Katarina? The first one or second one? AB Fresh, he said, powerful stuff. Thank you, brother. Yeah, of course, going on this journey is going to be one of the most empowering and fulfilling things that you do. Also, AB Fresh, if you're from London or or you can get to London, consider coming to my event on February the 5th. It's a London event, February 5th, 3 to 5 p.m. And we're discussing these things. We're discussing the masculine and feminine energies, right? And particularly we're going to be talking about it in terms of engaging in relationships and healthy relationships. But one of the best things too is that you're also meeting other people who operate on the same frequency. And that's very important. Samantha said, so what about the fact that the gender binary is a made up patriarchal concept? It's interesting that you say that, because perhaps every culture on the planet, actually, you can see the similarities in the understanding of the masculine and the feminine, right? And the roles of the masculine and feminine. And they had this understanding before they had met each other, right? So back in back when South America was disconnected from the entire rest of the world and other civilizations, they had the same understanding. So if it was just a made-up concept, why is it that we all have the same understanding of this in different cultures, even when they didn't meet? But also, people from that community who say that are actually the best examples of this, because in order to express, they say that they feel one type of energy and then they change their literal physical body to be in line with the masculine or feminine energy. Whatever energy they feel, whatever their spiritual body is feeling, they have to change their physical body to align with it, which shows the importance of having or needing to align these energies in the first place. Isn't that interesting? Samantha said, in ancient Taoism, it's not called masculine and feminine, it's yin yang, dragon, phoenix. So of course you have an understanding that that there are these two things, these energies that are relating, and in different cultures it's just got different labels. In science it might be called push and pull, the negative, the plus. In this culture we say the masculine and feminine, but it will always come down to the interaction between these two energies all of the time. But if you come on February the 5th, we'll be speaking about this stuff more anyway. Melina said, energy love. Yeah. Melina, where are you from? You said hola. So are you Spanish? Faith has entered the chat just as I'm about to go soon. Just as I'm about to go soon. Faith, we got a few other Libras in here too. Kim, what's up? How are you? Coco said, some women carry a lot of masculine energy because they've had to. Suppose it's easy to get stuck. And that, Samantha, I see you said thanks for your response. Of course, right? The reason why we discuss this stuff is because at the end of the day, it leads to fulfillment for people. That's the only reason why. A lot of the times we can have these conversations can be uncomfortable for people. But the reward is that by having and embracing this information, right, it actually helps people. So as Coco just said, some women carry a lot of masculine energy because they've had to. So the words had to imply that it's not actually the natural preference of the average woman. And that's also why women were always saying to me and commenting on my videos and stuff like that, saying, how can I be in my feminine energy if I'm always having to be in my masculine energy? In fact, that was the inspiration for the book. The inspiration for this book, Healing the Feminine Energy, right? And the Wounds of Your Inner Child. You can go to the link in bio for that if you want to check it out. But the reason why girls like that book is because it helps them embrace the energy, which is truly what their core is calling. Their instinct, their nature is calling out to express the feminine energy, right? But also, it's the other way around too. As a man, he wants to embrace his masculine energy, and he's having trouble doing that in this culture. So as AB in the chat said earlier, I think it was AB, that's the name, right? He was saying, I want to be in my masculine energy, but I've been around a lot of feminine energy in my life. How do I embrace the masculine energy? So that we can see that there's a natural calling and a natural desire for people to want to embrace this energy. And this is why we have to talk about this stuff. Faithy said, I bet it was nice having a conversation without me poking holes. Nah, I always love you here, Faith. I miss you if you're not here. Oh, Julie, you said, I am so much in my masculine and always have been, so hard to get in my feminine. Was that something that you want to do? Do you want to be in your feminine energy? Jazzy, you said you sent the radio show info. Great, I'll check it out. Coco said, appreciate the explanation to my comment. We'll definitely check out the book. That's great. And if you do check it out, then let me know. Come back. Because I do go live basically every day, to be honest, around the same time as this. Julie said yes, as in you do want to be in your feminine energy. Well, again, I would invite you to check out the book Healing the Feminine Energy. But I will say part of what the book goes through is processing your past, right? So we have to positively process the past, sort out the negative, the traumas, the heartbreaks, or the things that have caused you to be in your masculine. It could be, as you said, you always have been. So it could be your childhood. It could be just the way you was raised. It could be the concepts that have been put in and planted into your head. And we have to ask, did you put those there? Did you put those thoughts there? Do you want those thoughts there? Many people don't want the thoughts that are in their head. They don't want it there because they didn't decide for it to be there. And if they did, it was coming from a place of pain. And this is one of the reasons why there's a difficulty being in your feminine energy. It could be your lifestyle or whatever it is. All of these things have a big effect, and you have to go on a journey to healing it. So in this book, we go through a few things. It's not that long. It's quite quick. But really, it has exercises in it, right? So you're supposed to do the exercises in the book too to actually help it become more practical. Then soon, I'm going to be releasing the next part of this book, part 2 to it, which is nurturing the feminine energy, because this touches on the healing process and so on. But after we heal, right, and we give a safe foundation for that energy to come out, we're gonna encourage the energy to be projected. We're gonna increase that feminine energy. So what I'm gonna probably most likely do is I'm gonna finish this series for the feminine energy, and then I'll move on to the masculine energy series. We'll see. AB Fresh, he said society wants men to be more feminine and women to be more masculine. So this healing is crucial, and that's facts. And it's not really discounting. Again, there's a small population of people who really they don't agree with this information and this truth, but they are actually the best examples of this anyway. But it's healing for everyone, for us to investigate this truth and live according to it. A lot of women are unhappy, but they have no reason why. Why am I feeling unfulfilled in this part of my life? Why am I not able to attract the right type of relationship? And man might just be questioning himself, saying, why do I not feel my most confident self? Why am I not feeling empowered? And I can guarantee you a lot of this topic that we're discussing has a lot to do with it. How can you be proud to be who you are if you don't even know what you are? You don't know the nature of who you are. You don't know the energy which is natural to you, and so on. How can you be confident? How can you have the highest level of self-love if as a woman you can't embrace the energy which naturally comes from you? And as a man, how can you be the most confident in yourself if you don't appreciate that energy which is natural to you? It doesn't make sense, right? But this is part of the reason why I believe that this system doesn't want us to have this information, because they don't care about your mental health. They don't care about your spiritual health. They don't care about what's good for you. They care about using us to the best of, according to what they need. And that's it. That's it. They don't care about their inhabitants. They don't care about their civilians. And I'm the type of person, right? I would love to I'm the type of person, if there was a prime minister or a president who actually feels like they look out for our best interest and they care about our spiritual and mental health, bro, I'll follow anything you say. You say that's the law. You say that's the law. I'll follow you. But these guys are just not worth following. That's funny. Doc said you look like Tyler James Williams. Someone literally said that to me a couple days ago. Oh my God. Yvonne, hello. Hi. Lily said, people that are out of alignment are so easy to control and manipulate. Facts. They don't want you to be strong, confident, physically, mentally, spiritually healthy. They don't want that. Why would you? I was thinking about this literally 2 days ago or something. Maybe it was yesterday. But I was thinking, it's crazy because all throughout history, especially after, agriculture and civilizations, because before that we were living in tribes, right? But when major civilizations were coming together, there has always been slaves, at least from that point. And is whatever the type of slave was, it didn't matter. It always changed. Let's say the people who built the pyramids, you wouldn't say they were slaves. They were it was forced labor. But it's you wouldn't give it the word slave, but it's still really the same thing. There's always been a group of the lowly people just doing the work for the structure of that civilization, right? Now, I think about the parallels and I say to myself, well, actually, we're kind of the same. The structure of the Western culture, for example, the structure of this system, we're all just doing it. We're all just participating in it. And it doesn't matter if, it doesn't matter what it costs us spiritually. It doesn't matter what it costs us mentally. It doesn't matter if we live our entire life unhappy. We are expected to build the structure of this particular civilization. And I think there's so many parallels between, slaves and forced laborers of now and the past. Now it's just called a 9-to-5. That's all it is. Lily said same structure, just different time periods. That's what I'm saying. It's the same thing, the exact same thing. But they have to trick us into just accepting this is normal. A lot of how we live today is not normal. It's not according to our nature. All your body wants to do is live according to its nature, and then it will be happy. Just like animals in the forest and in the jungle, they don't need what we need. They just need to be themselves. That's it. Right? They just need to live according to their nature, and they're fulfilled, And then you take them out and you put them in the zoo, their mental health cannot be the same. It might be safer, or it might appear safer, but their mental health isn't going to be as good as if they was in the wild, right? And that's like us. We're not living in accordance to our nature. Namita, what's up? You said just joined. Courtney said we're all slaves to society, been brainwashed to live in the rat race and not live in how we should be. Yeah, think about this, right? If we ask someone, what do you do for a living, right? Your mind automatically thinks, what do I work as for money? But that's actually a weird concept. Me saying it sounds weird. Like, me saying it's weird sounds weird. But actually, it's not weird. We're supposed to just live for a living. We're like working on yourself, working on your mental health, your spiritual health, your physical health, eating the right foods, building the right relationships, building the right family. That actually is what true work is according to nature. Because nature's plan for us is just literally to survive and reproduce. That's it. And live as closely aligned to our nature as possible. That's it. That's what work really is. But when we think work, we actually think, what do we do for money? Well, it's actually good that the system trained us for that, because what do? We help build their structure. Sashana said more Jamaican men with this thinking capacity would be so beneficial. What makes you say that? Courtney said we're all slaves. Yeah, we're all slaves to... Yeah, I read that one. Lily said, I'm currently trying to get books on ancient Africa so I can see how our ancestors lived. I think that's a very good idea. I respect that. I respect that a lot. Hold on, I'm just reading something. So conscious, you said they're puppets. You mean the people who run the system? You're probably right. I think I believe you. Holly said using us for power, money, greed. The list goes on. For sure. For sure. Like a lot of what people would find on the internet, for example, they will say is actually more fulfilling information for them than what they learned in school. I almost believe that this understanding, for example, of the masculine and feminine dynamics is, in my opinion, that's actually one of the most important things you'll ever know, because it's so significant to your everyday experience. And then not only are you not getting this information, the correct information, the truth, you're getting the opposite. You're not even in the middle, getting zero. You're getting told the opposite. As AB said, you're a man being told to be more feminine. You're a woman being pushed to be more masculine. But what's so intelligent about it, I cannot lie. I have to give props to the system for this. They're able to trick you into like almost fighting for the type of mindset, or fighting to do the things or the activities that are actually bad for you. That's genius. I can't cap. That's genius. You can trick people to go against their nature, and for the people to fight to go against their nature because they think that it's going to benefit them. You said they put the truth in the movies and lie in the news. It's kind of like I think Morpheus talks about that in the Matrix, right? Sheki, what's up? How are you? I hope I said your name right. Lily said our ancestors had a good balance of life on this earth that is severely lacking in modern living. That's facts. This Matrix was well crafted. Yeah, you have to give them props. It's genius. It is genius. It's dangerous, but it's genius. It's potentially evil. I would say it's evil, but it's genius. Tiffany said they want to knock us off balance to avoid unity and uprisings, and it starts all within the family, right? if men and women of this culture are always fighting and bickering and saying, oh, why I hate you, oh, F you, oh, you're toxic, oh, well, you're toxic too, well, I'm not doing this, well, I'm not doing that for you, well, this, that, and you're always just bickering, now your family's weak. I want you to know this. If you're a woman that complains about men, you're someone who's literally creating, and you can only create a weakened type of family. You can only create a weakened type of relationship. Same thing as a man to a woman, right? If you're a man and you have this, woman, I saw annoying, woman, I saw annoying, you've just handicapped yourself. There's a certain type of relationship that you can never create for yourself. Dumazil, is that how I say your name? What's up? Soul Country said, we need God in our lives to live our true purpose and to be self-aware. Holly said, yes, schools are built to condition us so we don't wake up to ourselves. It's such a sad game. Get these people out of power. Lily said, John D. Rockefeller and others, go read on these things, you'll be shocked. Yeah, I think we should. We actually should. Maybe I'll read up on some things and we'll do a live about it. Or maybe we'll do an exclusive live about it. Which brings me to the reminder, guys, if you guys want to be a subscriber and a supporter and a VIP of the page, somewhere at the top you can subscribe to the content, and we'll be doing exclusive lives where we go deeper into this stuff. But just for the VIPs and just for the subscribers, just for the people in VIP section. Courtney said, I struggled a lot trying to set up my holistic business because it's not seen as a real career. Well, the real career is anything which stimulates your passions and makes you feel like you're doing your purpose. Namita said, totally agreed. The idea of work is working on our own life's purpose, which then improves our society. Facts. Facts, definitely facts. But all right, guys, I think I'm gonna go now. I think it was Miss XO. I just remembered. I think he said, what am I having for dinner? I don't even know yet. But I'm gonna go, maybe eat something, maybe watch something. Then I'm gonna go, try to get a good night's sleep. I hope you guys have a good day. If your day's just starting, depending on where you are, and if you're, in Europe or something, then I hope your evening or night's gonna end good. Thanks, Lily, for pinning the information. But just another reminder, guys, the event we have coming up is in London, 3 to 5 p.m. on February the 5th. It's a seminar and it's a meetup where we're discussing these things pertaining to the masculine and feminine energies in divine union together. And if you want to come, you want to say hi, you want to say hi to other people in the community learning this stuff. We've got some people coming from Dublin. We've got someone coming from America. If you want to come, then just go to the link in bio, all right? Right now, the prices, the cheapest tickets are already sold out, but we're on to the next level. So if you get it now, it's cheaper than if you wait, right? And it's going to be in East London. The information is in the link in bio. But I hope you guys have a good evening, good night. Yeah, we had a good talk today. We freestyled it a bit today. We freestyled it, but we had a good talk today, and tomorrow we'll be back. But until then, I'll see you guys later. I see you guys saying night, everyone. Yeah, all right.